Hello everyone, welcome back to a new process video. I have to say, I'm doing something very different, at least for me. I tend to very much so, be a chronological scrapper. So when I have a project, I like to work on it from the beginning to the end in the order in which it actually happened. However, I'm having to deviate from that a couple of times for this New York album. So these are still pictures from New York, still 6x8 pockets. However, if you've been following along with these videos, I had to skip around a little bit once already because I was out of these little things. Little flips for pockets. I don't need any of those on this page, so that's not why I'm skipping ahead. I'm skipping ahead to this one because I can't stand not using these new acrylic pieces that I just got. How horrible is that? But I mean, come on, look at them. So there's one. Here's a kind of clear slash sparkly one. These are from Color Cast Designs. If you've never bought any products from that company, it's a woman who owns it. I think she just does it all herself. I don't know that she has a team. But her stuff is just so fun. And I am normally so not a winter person. And really, when I was in New York, there wasn't any snow, but it was definitely winter. It was colder. Everything was, done up for the holidays. So it fits. But I mean, I had to use these. I can't stand having them and not be able to use them on something. So I have a lot more. They come in a package, but I'm going to start with these. So you'll see me using acrylic today. So that's fun because I don't know that I've done that a whole lot on my other layouts in any of my videos, not just in my New York series. And then I also have some new things here. These two pieces of paper are from Creative Memories. And this was actually, I think it was a 4x6 card. It's the Glacier line. So it comes with 3x4 cards, 4x6, and I think three sheets of stickers, and they're all winter themed, and they're all this lovely blue, kind of from about this color to the dark and everything in between. And then some of them have phrases like this that say Wonderland. So this was a 4x6 card. I cut it down to 2x2 so that it would fit in these pockets, and then I cut it again this way. So it will actually look like this when it's in there. But it looks okay. I like that the cursive is kind of linked together, so it works. But let's get to gluing on this acrylic, shall we? So I've done the bottom three, and I just want to show you that this is what I used for the acrylic pieces. And this tends to be what I use for anything that's kind of unusual. Wood veneer, cork, these acrylics, things like that. This tends to be the best glue that I have found. It's pretty quick drying, although I will not put these in the pockets for a while just to make sure that they're really, securely dried on there. So while those are drying, then I'm going to move on to these and I will work on this photo last. For this one, this is going to be the upper square up here. I believe this was a Project Life card that I printed from the app. This is not part of the CM Creative Memories set. I'm pretty sure it's from the app. So I'm going to glue these on there now while those are still drying. And I'm just going to do the big one so you can see what it looks like. That's the back. I usually just put kind of a dot in the center. And then I spread it out from there. I have found that it helps to do that so that I don't put a ton on all over and then it gets all gloopy. That's a word, right? Gloopy. When I go to put it on the card, it doesn't spread out so much. Now, this does dry clear. So if that were to happen, it's not like you would totally be able to see it. You'd have to look really hard to be able to see that there was clear glue dried around the edges. But it's the principle of the thing. I don't want to use more than I actually need. So there's that big one, and I have to figure out my exact configuration here for how I want these others, and then I'll glue those on too. I have those all glued on now, and again, I'm waiting for everything to dry. But while I'm waiting, I can take care of this particular pocket. So this is another piece of that Creative Memories card that I cut up. And then this is actually from an Elements set from In a Creative Bubble. I've used quite a bit of it, and it just so happens that the color scheme kind of matches this. It's different shades of blue, kind of ranging almost from a teal to this color to a darker navy. So I'm really in love with it in general. And then the fact that it matches with this is, you know, it's just a bonus. Now, in order to make this stand out though, because I do have this pattern here and there's a very subtle pattern in the background there, if you can see that, I think I am going to use a pop dot. Again, it's going to add a little bit of bulk, but not so much that it's going to bother me. It'll be barely raised. So I think that is my next task. I've got 3 pop dots there ready to go. So it'll be pretty evenly spaced and stand up from the page nicely. So we're going to go like that. I think it gives it just a little bit of nice dimension, and even when it's, you know, behind the pocket sleeve there, it'll still show nicely that it is a raised element, and I kind of like that. And really, these are slightly raised anyway because of their thickness, so I think it all goes together nicely. I had already found this phrase, that one place we went, that I liked. This was the start of our time in Bryant Park in the evening for the holiday fair, and then there will be subsequent layouts of the skaters that were out on the ice rink. I like it because it has a little bit of red here that matches, you know, a little bit of what's in there. However, my biggest dead space in this photo is on this side, so I really want the phrase on the left. However, I don't like the way that looks with these next to each other, so once again, I'm going to do a little switcheroo. So this one will end up being over there. This one will be here. Now I've already adhered this, so this is on the left-hand side. I could try to pull it up, but I think I'll just leave it. So I may actually adjust this one and go like this, or face it to the inside just so it has better cohesion. But honestly, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this one yet. I don't have anything picked out for it. So I don't know if I'm just going to use tiny letter stickers and put Bryant Park, or I don't know. But I'm going to continue on with what I do know, which is that I want this here. I adhered the phrase and put the staple in, so dealing with that picture, really easy. So since I'm still waiting for everything to dry, I figured I would show you some of the stuff from the lines that I've been talking about. So this element that I said was from In a Creative Bubble. I've used quite a bit of these already, but here are some of the others, just so you kind of know what you're getting if you want to go out and look for this. So there's some fun little tags. This is Snow Day. I like this cocoa one. It doesn't match anything I have right now, so I don't know how the heck I'll use it, but I like it. Wonderland in that darker navy, and then this blue. So you can kind of see here, this is the basic color scheme, these 3 colors. So if you like it, and I do, go out and buy it. I think it's $4.50 for this whole digital set, and then you can use it as many times as you want. So lots of little fun elements in there. And I try to keep them together, not so much because I want it by manufacturer or who designed it, but it just helps me remember to know where to go looking for the stuff when I want it. So there's that. And then this is part of that glacier line from Creative Memories. These are all the stickers. Now I've used some of these already too, but I will pull them out if they'll cooperate. I haven't used any on this one, it looks like. But how cute are those dang little birds? That and the houses are what sucked me into this. And then there are some borders here. I love this. Again, the blue. Winter stuff always seems to focus around Christmas, at least what I see. So it's always red and green, and that's not really my thing. I like this blue much, much better. So you can see I used part of this strip, but I still have that much of the houses left, which I love. And then here's the last sheet. And again, I've only used a couple, but it was the birdies because they're so sweet and charming. So there's all of that. And then I do have some of the cards left, so I'm going to grab those next. So here are the 3x4 cards that I have left. Here's that similar background pattern to what this has. And then this. And these are 2-sided, by the way. So, oh, you know what? Actually, it looks like maybe these went together and I cut them. Snowbound. Is that what that's supposed to say? I think maybe I cut out something else too. But you can use either side. And I loved this. So that's why that one got cut. And then look at, here's that cute little bird again. I'm just in love with him. So there he is. And then there's a different one on the other side. I love these flipping trees. Look at these trees. This alone would probably make me buy it. So just warning you, once you see it, you might have to have it. And then these are just some of the patterns that I liked. And I think, did I cut this one? Oh, maybe not. So this is a journaling card on the back, which I don't know that I'll use it because I love this so much. I'll find a way to use that. And then just kind of a watercolor pattern on the side. But again, I'll probably use this one. Quick look at some of the cards here. This video is ending up being equal parts process video and go out and buy stuff video. So here's that lovely, lovely background that I love so much. By the way, these are all two-sided as well. So, I mean, you know, fun stuff. I love this flippin' snow globe. You could cut this out on a card or on your page. Look at this tree. Love it. So then you got winter, fabulously cold. I live in Minnesota. It is not fabulously cold. It's horribly cold. There we go. And then these, love the houses. So, you know, you get the idea. Lastly, this is the package from Colorcast Design. This is the stuff that I'm using. So this is typical of what you would get if you chose to go out and buy that. And it's lovely, so why not? So while I've been thinking about what the heck to do with this, I think I may have found something. I found these in my stash, had them forever, and I have no current plans for them. But this red one, I don't know, it might bring in some of this red. Now, I will say, I'm not thrilled about it being red and red right next to each other. It works nicely with this, because these are kind of, you know, diagonally across from each other. But I like that it brings in a little bit of the red, so it's not just blue on blue on blue. So I think I'm going to go for it. And if I find any kind of like red sequins or anything else red that I could maybe work down here, I might do it just to have more balance, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I have that would fill that need, so I'm not sure. But for now, I am going to go with the cup because it makes me think hot chocolate, and that goes, right? Remember how I said I didn't think I had anything red that would work down here? Well, I found something that might work. This is a super old sticker sheet. Is there even a date on this somewhere? Yes, look at this. Scooch over. Come on, camera. 2012 Studio Calico. Yeah. Can you say hoarder much? I'm thinking either this underneath here. That's just a little flourish, or this thing. I really like this one, and I don't know what else I would use it for, so I'm thinking maybe that's the one here. But I'm going to cut it out before I actually stick it down and try it right here and just see how it looks. And if it works, great. If not, then we'll move on to something else. So I cut it out, laid it down to see how it would look. I think it's a winner. I'm going to put it quite close to the bottom edge and go with that. Now I have to ask, do any of you guys do that? Do you cut something out first to make sure that it's going to actually look okay before you stick it on? I kind of have to. My type A freaks me out a little bit that if I put it on there and don't like it, then I'm stuck with it. So I tend to just do this. I cut it out, try it, and then go for it. Let me know if I'm just the only one that's neurotic or if other people do that too. There's the finished square with that on there. I'm not 100% in love with it. When it pulled off, I didn't see where all the cuts were, so it actually kind of cut off a little bit in places. It's a little bit unusual the way that they had it cut to tear off. It looks better on this side, though it cut off a little bit of the loop. But then look at this side, it really was cut off here. So I don't know, but hopefully nobody will look too closely at it, you know, other than me. And then that's how the design will go together. So I'm going to quickly put everything in the pockets and then I'll do a close-up. Here is the finished layout. So I'll start at the top here. This one definitely veered off a little bit from where I thought it was going to go. I ended up adding, some things that I hadn't planned, like this. But I am happy with the way that it came out. And I'm glad that I got a little bit more red in there to offset all of that blue and white. So this was a fun one to put together and an interesting layout because I don't use this configuration a lot. So even more fun. So thanks for hanging out with me while I figured this out. See you next time.